evening to you on this Tuesday night. I am Merle LaRose.
And I'm Olivia Manzola. Welcome to the News Desk. During the third sentencing hearing on Friday, February 2nd, for former USA gymnastic team's doctor Larry Nassar, the father of two of Nassar's victims lashed out. After politely asking the judge if she could, quote, as part of the sentencing, grant him 5 minutes in a locked room with this demon, end quote, to which the judge said no, Randall McGraves decided to take matters into his own hands. McGraves sprinted with outstretched hands towards Nassar in an attempt to grab a hold of him. Before he could reach Nassar, however, McGraves was tackled to the ground by bailiffs. He was then handcuffed and escorted from the room as he continued to shout at Nassar. Judge Janice Cunningham apologized to the courtroom for the incident. About 3 hours after the incident, McGraves was led back into the courtroom, where he then apologized for his outburst. Judge Cunningham refrained from penalizing McGraves due to the fact that she understood that the father was simply overwhelmed with emotion after hearing his two daughters testify. Randall McGraves is the father of Lauren and Madison McGraves.
The Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged more than 1,100 points Monday as stocks took their worst loss in 6.5 years. 2 days of steep losses have erased the market's gains from the start of this year and ended a period of record-setting calm for their stocks. Banks fared the worst as bond yields and interest rates nosedived. Healthcare, technology, and industrial companies all took outsized losses, and energy companies sank with oil prices. At its lowest EBB, the Dow was down about 1,600 points from Friday's close. That came during a 15-minute stretch where the 30-stock index lost 700 points and then gained them back.
On Thursday, February 1st, a semi-automatic handgun fired accidentally in a Los Angeles middle school classroom. 2 students were injured, one young girl who was shot in the wrist and one young boy who was hit in the head. The student who possessed the gun, a 12-year-old girl, was arrested on the scene. It is still unclear as to how the girl came to possess the unregistered weapon and what exactly caused it to fire. Most school shootings involve someone physically handling a firearm as opposed to a firearm being dropped and fired accidentally. It's pretty rare to hear about an incident like this, said Pete Gagliardi, a former longtime agent with the U.S. Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. More than a dozen school shootings have occurred so far this year, and it is only the 3rd week of February. More people now than ever are calling for action against gun violence in order to keep all children across America safe.
The Supreme Court is allowing a court-ordered redrawing of congressional districts in Pennsylvania to proceed, denying a plea from Republicans to block it. Justice Samuel Alito on Monday rejected emergency appeals from Republican legislative leaders and voters to block an order from the state Supreme Court to devise new congressional districts. The state high court ruled last month that the 18 districts violated Pennsylvania's constitution because they unfairly benefited Republicans. The state court gave lawmakers and Democratic Governor Tom Wolf 3 weeks to submit a replacement plan, after which the state justices might draw up their own map. The Supreme Court typically does not review state court decisions based in a state's constitution, but the Republicans asked the high court to make an exception.
Stick around for Hotspot and the wrap-up. I'm Olivia Manzola.
And I'm Merle LaRose. Thank you for watching the News Desk and have a great night.